Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
For you. We'd like to welcome you to this year's Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament in Fort Dodge, Iowa. We hope you've enjoyed the action today, and we're here today with Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson, and we're actually visiting Brent at his farm just outside of Manson, Iowa. We are so thankful for all those who support us to help put on this great event, none of which are more important than Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Why does Iowa Farm Bureau invest in Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union?
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and we're also thrilled to be a part of this year's Girls State Softball Tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among the nation's best and brightest, and our farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to honor both while supporting and uplifting the Iowa girls.
Why has the Iowa Farm Bureau invested so much in support of the Iowa girl and all of Iowa's youth across this nation?
Well, we at Farm Bureau believe in championing Iowa's youth. After all, one day they will be our state's future leaders. The Iowa Farm Bureau Scholarship Program, we've given over $500,000 every year to kids across the state. We've also teamed up with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union to sponsor concussion insurance at no cost to those athletes or their families so that they can continue to compete at a high level. We've also provided teachers over the last 8 years with over $450,000 so that they can properly equip their classrooms. And most recently, we've gifted $1 million to the FFA Foundation for their efforts to increase agriculture awareness and support their chapters across the state.
The student athletes participating in this year's tournament are taking home some great souvenirs.
The signature ball program, a memento that they can take with them so someday they can look back on their experiences here and know that the effort that they put in has really paid off, and really congratulate all those students that are competing here at this year's tournament.
Thank you, Brent, and thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau. Now let's get back to playing ball.
A very pleasant good Wednesday morning to you softball fans, and welcome to the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Softball Complex in Fort Dodge. It is Semifinal Wednesday here at the 2023 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. You're watching live coverage on the Iowa Girls Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Alongside Hunter Phillips, Daniel Versteg with you. We've got a Class 5A semifinal between the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, the number 1 ranked team in the state, and the Southeast Polk Rams, the number 4 ranked team in the state. And Hunter, this is a really exciting matchup. You get 2 Metro teams in Greater Des Moines. They're both in the CIML. Very familiar with each other coming here to Fort Dodge.
Yeah, they split the meetings earlier on in the season, Daniel, and this is how you want to start off Semifinal Wednesday right here. I mean, these are just 2 really well-balanced teams. Obviously, Southeast Polk known for its power, but I tell you, Ankeny Centennial has been on a roll. Played very well against Bettendorf, riding a very good start from Lauren Gustafson, but do not sleep on the Southeast Polk lineup because they can really rake with the best of them.
You bring a team out here that has hit as many home runs as they have, and anything is possible. We saw an 8 seed hang around for a long time because of their home runs. As we take a look at the road to this point, of course, as you mentioned, Ankeny Centennial defeated Bettendorf for the quarterfinals. Southeast Polk had another CIML matchup. They defeated West Des Moines Valley. Big 2-run home run there by Jesslyn Stairs. And, when you have power like Southeast Polk has, any game is up for grabs for you.
And it opens up things for a player like Kendall Woods, who had 3 hits. I mean, that's really important for Southeast Polk because you know what Bruner and you know what Potter are going to bring to the table. But when you can get contributions from players like Stairs and Woods, that's what really makes this team dangerous here in Fort Dodge this season.
Ankeny Centennial, of course, as you see, Mackenzie James had the big day with the only 2 extra base hits. She made them count, 2 doubles and a run batted in. This Jaguar team, we might see some very aggressive small ball here today, Hunter. I know they had 1 bunt yesterday that drove in a run with 2 strikes in the count. They're very, very high on their ability to small ball here.
Yeah, I mean, that is certainly what has led them here, is doing the little things to be able to advance runners, and it's really the difference between being able to move on and just coming up a little bit short. So both teams well coached. Really going to be a lot of fun to watch to see who's going to punch their ticket to the state championship game.
Yeah, Ankeny Centennial runner-up a couple of years ago. Southeast Polk's only been to the semifinal around 5 times, so we'll see what gives here today. It's the Jaguars and it's the Rams. It's an all-CIML state semifinal, and we've got the coverage for you coming up in a little bit. Introductions come your way after this. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care, and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Welcome back to Kruger Seeds Field here on the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Softball Complex Semifinal Wednesday, or the 2023 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Again, alongside Hunter Phillips, Daniel Versteg with you. Ankeny Centennial, Southeast Polk, the matchup. We got a little bit of time here. We talked about the offense right before that break, Hunter. Got to talk some pitching here, too, because you look at Ankeny Centennial, they like to throw two pitchers at you. And, of course, you see some of the lower classes. It's one girl the entire tournament, and they ride her through to the championship. But Ankeny Centennial, you've got the senior leadership of Lauren Gustafson, and then you can bring in an eighth grader in relief in Lauren Sandholm. You got quite the 1-2 punch in your rotation.
Boy, and Sandholm was huge. If you go back to the most recent meeting between these two, that was a 20-4 win for Ankeny Centennial. I mean, look, this is a Jaguars pitching staff that gives up the second fewest runs in the state, at 2.05 ERA as a pitching staff. So Southeast Polk is going to have their hands full here. Again, like you talked about, that 1-2 punch in the rotation. And I think another key today is Southeast Polk, Ankeny Centennial is going to put the ball in play.
Right.
Going to test the defense here. That's been a little bit of a shaky area at times for the Rams, so that'll be another thing to keep an eye on here as we're getting ready for the introductions.
Yeah, absolutely. Introductions just a few moments away. And defense is so key. And like you said, you put the ball in play, you put pressure on a defense, and the moment gets too big, or you just get a little nervous, and good things can happen if you're the one putting the ball in play. The winner of this ball game is going to face off with either Muscatine or Pleasant Valley, the two Cinderella stories in this Class 5A bracket. Those two are playing on Iowa Central Field. That ball game will get going in a half hour. And of course, like we mentioned, Ankeny Centennial, the runner-up to Fort Dodge 2 years ago. Southeast Polk, they've been to state a number of times, but this is only the sixth total time in program history they made the semifinal round. 11 tournaments, 6 semifinal appearances. So, both teams are going to be very hungry to have another big game coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than this. I mean, you work so hard throughout the season. Just the amount of softball that's crunched into the month of June alone and early July. I mean, all of those hard weeks, I mean, it comes down to this. And like you mentioned, you're in that gauntlet of the CIML. And so these two teams are battle-tested, and, something's going to have to give here in what's going to be, no doubt, a fun semifinal to start things off here on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, great day coming up. All 5 classes play in the semifinals today. It starts today with Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk. Now let's go to our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, for the pregame introductions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, softball fans, and welcome to Rogers Sports Complex in this 5A semifinal game between the visiting team, the Southeast Polk Rams, and the home team from Ankeny, the Centennial Jaguars. The winner of this game will play for a state championship on Thursday at 5 o'clock right here at Kruger Seeds Field. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches. First of all, for the visitors from Southeast Polk. Number 4, Amara Gray. Number 5, Macy Price. Number 6, Jaden Woods. Number 7, Carter Price. Number 10, Emma Solis. Number 14, Ava Goldsberry. Number 16, Ava Brady. Number 22, Kaylee Tamanti. Number 23, Avery Stevens. Number 27, Ariel Bowers. And number 28, Savannah Jacobs. And number 34, Jaden DeGroot. Your assistant coaches, Cassie Harrington, Peyton Moffitt, Greta Hartz, Shannon Stussy, and Vern King. And now, here's your starting lineup for the Southeast Polk Rams. Leading off through the pitching, number 31, Jada Long. Batting second in left field, number 20, Libby Hartz. Batting third through the catching, number 25, Cindy Tucker. Lead-up hitter for the Rams at first base, number 15, Addie Bruner. Batting fifth at second base, number 21, Jesslyn Stairs. Batting sixth at third base, number 18, Aubrey David. Batting seventh in center field, number 8, Kendall Witt. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 32, Kennedy Boru. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 19, Jordan Lang. And your flex player at shortstop, number 30, Allie Clark. Head coach for the Rams, Tia Stiles. And now, let's meet the team from Centennial. Here are your non-starters. Number 1, Milan Vallejo. Number 2, Mary Monosmith. Number 5, Addie Pollock. Number 6, Lauren Sandholm. Number 8, Jaden Stair. Number 9, Cammie Starr. Number 14, McKenna Vallejo. Number 19, Mary Brantley. Number 21, Ruby Sprecher. Number 26, McKenna Foster. And number 33, Ellie Lorenz. Your assistant coaches, Rachel Whiteside, Abby Husak, Frankie Burnett, and Sammy Miller. And now here's your starting lineup for the Centennial Jaguars. Leading off, playing center field, number 15, Mackenzie James. Right field, number 3, Peyton Rutke. The catching, number 28, Cindy Morris. Leading for Jaguars at first base, number 25, Jordan Kennedy. In left field, number 11, Maddie Ott. Batting sixth at shortstop, number 13, Mariah Belzer. Batting seventh at second base, number 10, Cora Boyle. At third base, number 12, Addie Starr. Batting in the ninth position, the designated player, number 29, Lauren Gusser. The flex player doing the pitching today, number 4, Jessica Lathrop. Head coach for the Jaguars, Brett Delaney. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn to the area by home plate. The umpires for this contest, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Roger Menke. At third base, Tony Vandegrift. And calling the balls and strikes this morning, Mr. Stan Schmidt. All right, now if you please, face the flag in the middle of the complex as we honor America and all the veterans and those around the world to protect our freedom each and every day with the playing of our national anthem. 73. Humidity at 73%.
Well, we are ready to get this one underway. Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk doing battle in a Class 5A semifinal. A couple of teams, as we mentioned already in the pregame, who are familiar with each other. They played a doubleheader earlier this year. One went 11 innings in a 9-8 Graham win, and one was a run rule in 4, 20-4 Centennial win. So if you just go by prior matchups, Hunter, I have no idea what we're going to see today.
Well, and then there's the added element of being here at State. So
yes.
I know while we've spent some time talking about the previous matchups, as you know, Daniel, and everyone listening and watching back home, it's that you can throw those out the window
yes.
because it's a whole new playing field here. And so, you know, yep, both of these teams have those jitters out of the way playing in the quarterfinals, but they're both really experienced. And so, again, it's going to come down to the little things here in this one, I have a feeling, and who can make the most plays at the plate, which pitcher can really have their command here in with both of these lineups, because both are really deep, and so that is going to be a lot of fun to watch here. We're spoiled with this fun one here to start semifinal Wednesday.
Yeah, you could say that again. This is a great contest, a couple of very willing and able teams ready to go at it in the circle here for Ankeny Centennial. Lauren Gustafson, if we're following the letter of the law by the lineup, she is the designated player, and actually Jessica Lathrop is listed as the flex and pitcher. But of course, if you know Ankeny Centennial softball, Lathrop has been had a torn ACL, and so just kind of a symbolic move there. It is important because they want Gustafson to stay in the batting order, but symbolic to have her out there for starting lineups. Stepping into the box for Southeast Polk is Jada Long, and she watches strike one go by as we get things started right on time at 11 o'clock this morning. 0-1 pitch, check swing, and a strike called, and quickly Gustafson's ahead 0-2 to Long. You're going to want to command the zone early and make sure you can get ahead of hitters. A riser missed up. Southeast Polk offense, as we talked about, can really hit the ball well. 45 home runs this year. They hit one in their quarterfinal win over Valley, and just missing the first base bag, a foul ball from Long.
Well, and he talked about Gustafson getting ahead early in the count. That was one of the keys to success for her against a really good Bettendorf team. Struck out 7 batters, 4 walks, just 1 earned run, allowing 4 hits. So feeling pretty confident up here in Fort Dodge.
Riser and a foul back once again. And well, I think the name of the game of this contest, too, for both teams will be staying alive in counts. You know, Southeast Polk have 142 strikeouts, but that comes in 40 games this year. So it's only about 3 or 4 times they strike out on any given day. Here's a slow ground ball to second base, and Cora Boyle makes the play on it. Throws out Jada Long for the first out of the contest. So in the defense for Centennial, that defense that only commits 52 errors on the season, fielding percentage of .952. Pretty good stat line, and one you like to have as high as possible heading into the state tournament. Here's the slap-hitting Libby Hartz, who takes one that missed outside.
Well, and you already know from the familiarity of the scouting report is that being that slap hitter, you see the corner infielders playing inside the bags.
Strike on the outside corner. Gustafson got it. You even see the middle infielders creeping in too, and yeah, obviously the corner infielders are the important ones. That's where they're trying to hit it, but the shortstop and second base also respecting the slap opportunity. This is a swing and miss on Libby Hart's slap attempt. It's 1-2. Ankeny Centennial, the number 1 ranked team coming into the state softball tournament. Southeast Polk, the 4th ranked team. And that one shoots wide of third. There were 5 CIML teams that made the state tournament here in Class 5A. And now only one of them can get to the state championship game. Of course, Valley lost to Southeast Polk earlier. Ankeny dropped their contest to Muscatine, and Waukee Northwest lost to Pleasant Valley. That one misses high.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise with Ankeny and also defending champions and Waukee Northwest. They brought back their star pitcher from last year, but it just goes to show that anything can happen up here.
Absolutely, and 2-2 is out of play. And I think a lot of people will say, yeah, well, on 5A it's run by the Des Moines Metro schools, but obviously Pleasant Valley and Muscatine are saying, hey, there's good 5A softball all across the state.
Really is, and Eastern Iowa here in recent years has really become a hotbed, and so that'll be, again, battle of Central versus East as there's quickly 2 gone here to start this ball game.
Good off-speed pitch there from Lauren Gustafson. She retires Libby Hartz, who was out in front of it, and that's one way you can kind of eliminate a slap hitter as you speed her up, and then you drop a change in there. And by that point, she had her timing down for the fastball, but didn't have it for the changeup. As we got to close one of the gates there down the third baseline. Don't want any issues with a foul ball getting out of there or a ball in play. Sydney Potter's at the plate. This is the bat that we are going to be affixed to when she comes up. The Creighton commits hitting .473 this year, a 2-time first-team All-State in Class 5A. And she flies one foul straight back. 16 home runs, 54 RBIs on the year for Potter. She tries to will her team to the state championship game.
Daniel, she's been top 10 in home runs in Class 5A since her sophomore year. And, softball's in the family. Her mom actually played collegiately at Creighton, and her dad was a baseball player at the University of Nebraska. So she is carrying on that legacy very well, but certainly a player that you're going to see Gustafson try to be a little careful with here, pitching around the zone and seeing Potter will chase anything.
1-1 and a rocket out to left, but she hit it right on the screws to Maddie Ott for the 3rd out of the inning, and that very tough bat is tranquilized here to start the contest. Southeast Polk goes down in order in the top of the 1st. Centennial comes up to bat when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs and with tuition less than $20,000 a year with tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Alongside Hunter Phillips, Daniel Versteg with you here on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Southeast Polk goes down in order against Lauren Gustafson in the top of the 1st, and now Centennial will get their first crack against Jada Long, the 20-game winner on the year, 20-5, an ERA of 2.52. A great outing against Valley. She allowed 8 hits and a couple of walks, but only 2 runs came around to score. She struck out 2, and she better get very familiar with this field, Hunter. She's going to be playing at Iowa Central in college. So she'll be very familiar with the town of Fort Dodge over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and she, again, pitched very well to start against a Valley team that also possesses a lot of power. And, she was just able to make the really good pitches when needed in that game. And what I mean by that is, just getting out ahead, that was really the key to success. But a lot of Valley's outs came by way of just routine pop-ups and ground-outs, so hoping that her defense can do the same thing here today if she's able to mark those pitches in the right area.
Yeah, inducing soft contact is so key, or contact into your defense, whether that's a fly ball right to the outfielder or a ground ball to an infielder. She's down 2-1, but she gets a fly ball out of play, foul. That evens the count at 2-2 to Mackenzie James, the Centennial center fielder. She'll be playing in Indianola at Simpson. A second-team All-CIML selection last year. Of course, the CIML looks a lot different than it did last year. As a line drive to second, and it's caught on the fly by Jesslyn Stairs for the first out of the inning. Yeah, with the CIML not having as many schools in it, the Des Moines Metro schools, some of those bigger 4A and 5A schools around the state. As we take a look at that nice stabbed line drive at second. But now you have the CIML, Hunter, with all the suburban schools around Des Moines. They can play everybody now instead of they've split it up into 3 divisions for many years. You get a really good schedule now in this newly branded CIML.
It just really balances out the competitiveness in it, and what you're seeing is just night in and night out. No matter what sport it is, know, you're going to see top quality action. That's what it's all about.
Another one for Stairs. She's been busy, but this throw is late. It popped out of the glove of Bruner on a throw high, and Peyton Drefke reaches here with 1 out. That was going to be a tough play. Drefke has blazing speed up the first base line. And a 1-out base runner on here for Centennial. The Jaguars 71 stolen bases this year, so you got to respect their ability to move station to station. Here is Sydney Morris, the catcher, who fouls one back. And they do give an error on that play, so it is an error to get Drefke on. Now Sydney Morris, a .415 batter and a 2-time All-Stater. Takes a riser high from Long, Jada Long. Centennials trying to set up their star-studded freshman in the on-deck circle with a chance to drive in some runs early. This one's out of play.
Morris had a sacrifice fly there in that 7-1 win against Bettendorf on Monday. She's really that player that can bring in the rest of her teammates home. Once they get someone on base, been so consistent.
That one's off the glove of the pitcher Long, recovered by Stairs, and she salvages it out. Keeping a book at home, that'd be 1 for 3 on the put out of Morris. Does get Drefke into scoring position, and of course, anybody's in scoring position when you've got a cleanup hitter like Jordan Kennedy. Kennedy, who last year was a 3rd-team All-State pick in Class 5A, the biggest class of big schools, and right away, I don't blame her. Tia Stiles is going to intentionally walk Jordan Kennedy. She was 3rd-team All-State as an 8th grader last year and still commands respect here as a freshman at the state tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. 10 home runs entering the state tournament, 45 runs driven in. You're going to hear the name of Jordan Kennedy for a long time here in the state.
Can you believe we still get to enjoy her softball ability at Centennial for 3 more years? My goodness. Jordan Kennedy is intentionally walked. Tia Stiles wants no part of her, but now you got Maddie Ott up, who's also hitting 400. She waves through a belt-high fastball to even the count. Yeah, this is another good freshman. In any other lineup, Hunter, I think Maddie Ott would be kind of the storyline, but she follows some great talent in Jordan Kennedy. How about this? 36 runs batted in. She's got 18 extra base hits. She's slugging .721, hitting .413. Yeah, on any other team, that'd be the star hitter. She shows bunt and takes high.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible looking up and down this lineup here for Ankeny Centennial with 5 players at least driving in 31 or more runs. I mean, just, video game numbers when you think about it for this offense.
Another good take on the riser, and Jada Long has filled the count here. And those runners could get a head start if they want to here in the early part of this contest. Bottom of the first, Centennial trying to break through. And this one's crossed deep to center field. That ball's way out of here to the top of the bleachers. They walked Kennedy, and Ott made the Rams pay with a bomb to center. A 3-run shot off the bat of Maddie Ott that nearly cleared the bleachers in center field. She hit that one a mile.
It's going to take a while for them to find that one. I mean, Maddie Ott with her 6th home run of the year with 2 outs. 2-out hitting has been really impressive by Centennial all season long. And Maddie Ott, she had a run driven in against Bettendorf, had 2 hits, and not wasting any time here in the semifinals.
That lady with the blue umbrella up there at the top of the bleachers, as we saw in the replay, I don't think she was expecting to get a ball hit out that way. She sat all the way up there because she thought she was safe. Maddie Ott's making sure she's paying attention.
Yeah, you got to bring that glove.
You do.
You never know when something's going to head your way.
Well, especially with these 2 offenses, 35 home runs for Centennial in the year, 45 for Southeast Polk. Balls are going to be leaving the yard here today. Mariah Belzer now has to follow things up. All 3 runs are going to go unearned with the earlier error. And just low here to Belzer. It's 2-1.
Well, and that was something that we highlighted at the top, Daniel, was, you have to be able to field things cleanly, because if you give any kind of opening to Ankeny Centennial, they're going to take advantage of it most likely.
You can't go to any state tournament game and expect to get out of an inning when you let a team hang around. You give them free outs, and they're going to take advantage of them. That's no different, 5A through 1A. Longs 2-2. Little floater, and Jesslyn Stairs. She was busy, makes a couple of outs, and gets the 3rd out of the inning. But the 3-run home run by Maddie Ott gets the Jaguars on the board early. 3-0 Centennial as we go to the top of the 2nd after this on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Score is quickly in Centennial's favor. A 3-run moonshot off of the bat of Maddie Ott. And now Lauren Gustafson is pitching with the lead. Here to Addie Brunner, the cleanup first baseman here for Southeast Polk, who watches one go by for a ball. 4, 5, and 6 here for the Rams, who did not get a base runner on against Gustafson. Giving chase is Maddie Ott after hitting that deep fly ball to center field. Gives it a good look, but can't make a play as it gets out of play.
Yeah, so if you're Southeast Polk, now the urgency has really picked up, and while the innings are on your side, you just wonder how that'll change maybe their approach here at the plate.
Little dribbler. Gustafson fields, turns, and throws high. It ends up toward the fence, and Brunner will round first. She gets to second. It is an early base runner in scoring position. A good way to respond here for Southeast Polk. Not the prettiest, but it gets the job done.
Well, good job by Addison Bruner to be able to hustle this one out. And, you force that into the pitcher's hand. They have to make that quick turn and make an accurate throw to first. I mean, that's easier said than done, and that just gives the green light now to this Rams offense, looking to get on the board for the first time here and in a good spot.
We'll see if this puts a little bit of pressure on Lauren Gustafson, now dealing with a runner directly behind her at second. Jesslyn Stairs shoots one foul. Trying to go the other way. Yeah.
Has to look out over there. Made like a matrix move over there to avoid that line drive shot.
She's been the head coach of Southeast Polk for 25 years. She's still got it. She's got the coaching prowess. She's got the physical ability to get out of the way of the line drive. 1-1. That's a good location on that outside corner. The extremes of the low and outside corner. And Stairs is now behind in the count. Bruner getting on with a leadoff 2-base error. And, somehow Stairs climbed the ladder to get to that rise ball and spoiled it off down the third base line. That's an incredibly difficult pitch to get to, and Stairs raised her eyesight and was able to at least fight it off to see another pitch. So lefty versus lefty here. And this one's lined to left. It short hops the left fielder. They'll throw to third, and Bruner's in there safely. That's the first hit of the ball game, and Southeast Polk has some life after Centennial scored 3 in the bottom of the first.
Just an excellent piece of opposite field hitting here from Jesselyn Stairs, who's had one of the active bats. You know, we talked about it in the open for the road to the championship. Had a big game against the Valley Tigers. As we get a good look at it here, really had a battle in that at bat with all the different changes in eyesight and level there thrown from Gustafson. But Stairs winning that battle, and now runners at the corners here with no outs.
I love when a hitter goes the other way. I think some of the best pieces of hitting any hitter can do is when you use every part of the field, and Stairs did that to get runners on the corners here for Southeast Polk and really ratchet up the pressure here against Lauren Gustafson. Aubrey Bacon is the batter here for Southeast Polk. Did not have a hit against Valley, and she skies one foul. It did stay in play, but not close enough for Drefke to get there. And so Bacon's now at 2 strikes. The 3-run home run in the bottom of the first inning by Maddie Ott. The only 3 runs on the board. There are some good ones for Centennial, but Southeast Polk threatening. Gustafson, 1-2, and this is a high fly. That's carrying out to deep left field. It is at the wall, and a great leaping catch by Ott. It will still drive in a run. It's a sacrifice fly to Bruner, but what a catch up against the wall by Maddie Ott to at least record an out on that play.
Boy, and that is tough, especially because the wind is starting to swirl out towards center field. And so not only that, you're battling the sun as well. An excellent play made by Ott to potentially save what could have been maybe an extra base hit. And who knows, maybe if another run could have came in.
And now we've got time. That is the third baseman, Addie Starr, that's going over to the dugout. She's got her mask off, got her glove off. I'm not sure exactly what the deal could be. Now the head coach of Ankeny Centennial, Brett Delaney, has been doing this 5 years, comes out. I wonder if we got a cut. Yeah, I think we might have a sterilization scenario. Got to play everything safely, understandably so. Don't want that to cause any problems. But Hunter, what a response here by Southeast Polk. You get down 3-0 in the first inning, and by that point you can kind of feel like, well, shoot, we're really behind the 8 ball. We're not going to be able to do much. They come out and get a run and start the process of chipping away at that deficit.
Yeah, and I think it just goes back to Coach Stiles and knowing that, hey, I mean, this is the first inning. I mean, It's just time to go back to work. We have the bats to be able to make this thing happen. And so, wanted to spend a little time to talk about Addie Bruner, who, of course, has scored that run there, reached on an error to start. She'll be taking her talents to UNI, play for Coach Jacobs, the Missouri Valley Conference regular season champion. She'll be joining Greta Hartz, who actually started her college career at Indian Hills Community College and now will be a senior for the Panthers, who have really been able to recruit a lot of in-state talent. So you're going to see a lot of the coaches from UNI here at Fort Dodge this week, and boy, they have been able to play very well up there in Cedar Falls. Iowa and Iowa State coming off very good years in softball as well. Drake has a new coach as well. And Coach Dial, who used to be at Indian Hills Community College. And so it just shows the talent and even circling back to, just the young talent on the side for Ankeny Centennial with Jordan Kennedy is that, they're developing talent early on at the grassroots level, club softball, and it's just amazing that 8th graders, freshmen are just able to make an instant impact right away. And it's like you better get used to seeing these kids out here because, again, this is their this is the sport that they're going to try to play at collegiately, and they put a lot into a lot of work during the off season, and just man, it's just fun to see all the talent come together, convene here in Fort Dodge.
Yeah, it is very impressive with how many freshmen are on the Centennial roster. And like we talked about with Jordan Kennedy's 8th grade year being an all-state selection in Class 5A. I mean, I don't know how many 8th graders around the state can say they were an all-state in the schools or in the state's biggest class. But Jordan Kennedy could last year. And Matty Ott, freshman, hits the 3-run homer that's given the Jaguars the lead to this point. Kendall Woods batting for Southeast Polk. She's quickly behind. And Gustafson and sets her down. It's an 0-2 swing and miss. First base was occupied, so Woods is out regardless of the drop. Now the designated player, Kennedy Baroud, comes up. Baroud here at the 8th spot in the order. One thing when you get to state here, Hunter, you can talk about 1 through 9, but and you have your typical 9-hole hitter, but there's no typical 9-hole hitter. As you see, Baroud crushes one foul to start her at bat.
Yeah, Baroud just a sophomore, but she has a lot of pop, like you mentioned, and hitting .316. I mean, she's really a valuable bat towards the tail end of the lineup. So that's what, these teams that make it to state have. 1 through 9, they have the talent to be able to, again, really make pitchers work throughout the course of a game.
Baroud falls behind 0-2 as Gustafson's trying to limit the damage to just that 1 run. And missed the outside corner. Gustafson's a senior, and so she is trying to play for her high school career to continue and potentially culminate on top. Tried to change speeds a little bit. Couldn't quite get back to that outside corner, and Baroud has incredible command of her strike zone right now, knowing what she wants and what she doesn't.
Yeah, and that's hard to lay off back-to-back pitches there on the outside part of the plate. Sydney Morris trying to frame it as good as she can, but a good job by Baroud to be able to work it to an even 2-2.
Big pitch. It's low and away. That one not as close as the other two. And Baroud's patience and selectiveness has worked the count from 0-2 to full. And, of course, Jesselyn Stairs is still on at first for Southeast Polk. She can get a head start here for the Rams. Baroud takes slow and outside. Ball 4. 2-out base runner continues the inning here for Southeast Polk, in which they've scored 1 run already. And now Jordan Lang is the batter. Knew that was going to trip me up at one point. You got Jordan Lang and Jada Long in this Southeast Polk order. Got to keep my vowels straight here. But now Gustafson's missed with 5 pitches in a row, and trying not to let this inning get any bigger than it is already. A bunt shown and a strike called.
She did have 4 walks in that win against Bettendorf. So there were moments where she was just trying to hit that outside corner like we've seen here, and but she's been able to settle back in and see if she'll do that here with this at bat to the right fielder Jordan Lang, the 9th batter in the order for the Rams, who again have responded very nicely thus far here in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, you get down early, it's really tough to start forging that comeback because you also think, well, we got 6 innings to try and get those 3 runs. It's not the end of the world if we don't get a run in the 2nd inning, but the 2nd turns into the 3rd, turns into the 4th, turns into the 5th. By the time you know it, you need runs, and so it's better to start getting them early. They might get a base runner here as a strike is called on 3-1, and Lang stares a full count. Those runners can take off once again with 2 outs, try and get a head start, and a base hit could potentially get 1 in. Full count. Strike 3 called. The riser caught the top of the zone, and Southeast Polk goes down with just the 1 run scored on a hit and an error, and 2 left. After an inning and a half, Southeast Polk gets 1 on the board, 3-1 Centennial. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Cora Boyle leads off the bottom of the second. Jail Long, Miss Lowe. It's the bottom third of the Centennial order. Daniel Versteg with you, Hunter Phillips here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. As Long looks to keep the Jaguars off the board. Things look good there for a little while. And then Maddie Ott exits stage right. Nice catch. Right at the top of the bleachers behind us. Got some athletic fans in attendance. Dads need to show their prowess every now and then. Boyle falls behind with a swing and a miss. And Long's trying to have a much cleaner second inning. You know, she had that line out, and then the error kind of spoiled things. Obviously, it would have been the second out of the inning. Instead, there was an extra out for both Kennedy to come up and get intentionally walked, and Maddie Ott leave the yard. So far, officially, no runs have been earned by either pitcher in this contest. 4 on the board. That's a change of speeds and a ground ball to second. Boy, Jesslyn Stairs has been busy, and outside of the one error, she has done well, playing her position for the first out of the inning, and now Addie Starr, third baseman's up. Stairs had a hand in all 3 outs in the first inning. She has the main play to start the second. And this is a fly ball out to shallow left. Could be trouble, it is. Base hit for Addie Starr in Centennial. It's a 1-out base runner once again. This time, it's their second hit of the day.
Well, would have liked contact here from Starr and just put them where they're not. You know, right there in shallow left field and just getting in front of that pitch on the outside. And Ankeny Centennial. Runner on base here with 1 out.
Good effort by Hallie Clark. Just didn't have a chance to get over there. And now Gustafson waves through the riser. Of course, Gustafson's made some headlines, if you will, and some good photo ops with that bright pink hair you can see out of her helmet. Just kind of a thing she started doing, and well, they started winning ball games. And obviously, as you know, Hunter, and I know from playing high school baseball myself, you find something that works, you become very superstitious, and that becomes your thing until you lose with it, I guess.
That's right. And, you know, they also came out with their white cowboy hats as well.
Right.
You know, you cannot break out tradition here at State.
Swing and a miss, though, for Gustafson as the second out of the inning. Did have a little bit of a scare with Addie Starr over there at first. She did get back in safely on the throwdown, but a big strikeout for Jada Long, who did not have very many strikeouts in their victory over Valley, but was successful. She gets her first here today, and now starts off the top of the order, Mackenzie James with a strike. Centennial's the number 1 ranked team in Class 5A softball. Southeast Polk ranked number 4. All top 8 ranked teams got to state this year. There's a nice line drive. James waited back on the changeup and hits it in left field for a base hit. It's a 2-out base runner, 2 aboard here for Centennial. And now you start getting to a part of the order, Hunter, where if you allow too many base runners to reach, they're going to make you pay.
Well, and especially with Drefke coming up because she's got a lot of speed, but just strong there off the bat from James, who is one of those players that sets the table for this offense.
Now Drefke floats one out behind second, and Jesslyn Stairs once again has her work cut out for her, but she makes the play nicely and keeps the Jaguars off the board. 2 hits are left stranded for Ankeny Centennial in the bottom of the second. Top of the third coming your way after this from the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
A live look at Kruger Seats Field here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Softball Complex. We played 2 in this Class 5A semifinal. Ankeny Centennial holds the 2-run lead alongside Hunter Phillips. Daniel Versteg with you. Top of the order is back up. Jada Long grounds the first pitch to Jordan Kennedy and records the first out of the inning. So quick bat for Jada Long, and now Libby Hartz comes up. After the 1 run allowed in the second inning, Hunter, I think a quick inning would be very nice for Lauren Gustafson.
Yeah, it really would. And, man, to get Jada Long, the leadoff hitter, to swing at the first pitch and swinging at the first pitch again is the Rams, and this time they cash in on a single.
Very aggressive at the plate here so far for Southeast Polk. A 1-pitch ground out for Jada Long and a 1-pitch hit for Libby Hartz has the Rams in business in the top half of the third inning. And Sydney Potter will be intentionally walked with first base occupied. First and second here. Well, both coaches have sent the message that we are not going to have your top hitter beat us today. It's going to have to be someone else in the order. And, of course, Southeast Polk got their run from the 6th spot as Jaden Woods is a courtesy runner. Or a pinch runner here, excuse me. It is an IMT insurance substitution. Now you can be worry-free with IMT. Visit IMTINS.com. Now that would be a courtesy runner. I forgot Sydney Potter's behind the plate. So it is Jaden Woods running. It is Addison Bruner batting here for the Rams with 2 aboard and a good chance here with 1 out to get another run on the board. Gets herself into a hitter's count, taking that pitch outside. It's 2-0 to start things off.
I mean, on the one hand, you go ahead and intentionally walk Sydney Potter, but Brunner is no slouch here at the box as well, so just kind of pick your poison.
There's a pop-up. It's exactly what the Jaguars need. Mariah Belzer gets under it. The infield fly rule is called as well. And the catch made for out number 2. Big second out. That'll be Jesslyn Stairs, the busy defender now coming up to hit. She's been good at the plate, had the only hit before this inning for Southeast Polk. She's now been joined in that category by Libby Hartz. Ooh, that one got the outside corner to Stairs. Stairs had a hit against Pally. It was a big one. That 2-run home run against the Tigers. That one's up and away. It's in and out of the glove of Sydney Morris. And the Ram runners advance another 60 feet. Hartz to third and Woods running for Potter to second. So second and third here for the Rams. Base hit could tie the game. Gustafson trying to limit damage. Strike, got that outside corner again. Stairs is behind 1-2. Southeast Polk trying to spoil Centennial's #1 ranked season all throughout the year. And a dribbler, left side of the infield. Tough play for the charging shortstop. Belzer throws to first and got Stairs. A big third out of the inning. And Centennial keeps the Rams off the board in the top of the third inning. After 2.5, still a 3-1 Centennial lead here at the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Let's get your smartphones out, scan that QR code on your screen now, or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Sydney Morris gets a chance to hit, flies one out to shallow right, and a busy Beaver at second base, Jesslyn Stairs, records her, or has a hand in her 6th out of the game.
Yeah, they have been targeting her over at second base, and aside from the one throwing error back in the first, she has been able to handle things very well there at second base.
She's gotten plenty of chances, so her fielding percentage today is not going to be too hindered by that error. It's just kind of law of averages. You give her enough chances, a mistake will happen, unfortunately. Jordan Kennedy is now pitched to. Of course, the Rams don't want to give a free base runner, so they're okay pitching to this freshman. Kennedy was intentionally walked, and Maddie Ott drove her in with a 3-run bomb in the first. And Jada Long can't quite find that outside corner. She's given Potter a hitter's count. Or Kennedy, excuse me. Jordan Kennedy takes high. They may not intentionally walk her, but of course they're not going to give her anything she can swing at. Jordan Kennedy's got to be very selective and pounce on a mistake. Does not go with a green light and takes strike one. There's not many freshmen I would give the green light to on 3-0, but Jordan Kennedy might be one of those.
That would be the exception.
That would be the exception. Long's 3-1. Kennedy just missed it, fouled it back to fill the count here with one out.
Well, good job by Long to be able to battle back here. You wondered how she was going to toss in the 3-0, and now a critical payoff pitch here.
Very critical. Here it is. And Kennedy spoils it back. That's going to be the tough thing. You're not going to strike Jordan Kennedy out, and if you do, you're going to join select company. Just 8 strikeouts on the year for Kennedy at the dish. Probably 1% of her at-bats, less than 1%. Long trying to do it here. Another payoff. And this one's lined to left. It gets past the left fielder and one hops the fence. Big turnaround first. The relay from left won't be in time. And Kennedy's aboard with a 1-out double.
Well, that Kruger Seeds extra base hit right there really had a lot on it. And Jordan Kennedy also showing the speed as well. She was determined to get to second, and it just goes to show you that once you think you've figured out the puzzle that is Jordan Kennedy, she's able to put up a big hit like that.
Ott flies one shallow right. Coming in is Lang, and it is Jordan Lang who makes the catch for out number 2. Keeps Kennedy at second. And now Mariah Belzer, the shortstop, bats. Did mention extra base hits in today's contest, brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. That's the second extra base hit of the day for Centennial. That home run in the first, double here in the third. Now Belzer swings through the pitch off the outside corner. Starts things off 0-1. Of course, you need a follow-up hit, Hunter, and if Jada Long does not allow that to happen, she'll still be in a good spot. Line drive, Jesslyn Stairs. Again, busy at second, makes a basket catch for out number 3. Jordan Kennedy's one-out double is left stranded in scoring position. Through 3, it's 3-1 Centennial. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Some fans enjoying the 2023 state softball tournament. Just a beautiful day. We've gotten about as perfect a week as you could ask for. If you're watching the stream right now, you're probably jealous of us because we are having a great time here in Fort Dodge with some beautiful weather. Bacon swings at the first pitch to start the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, just dialed up perfect weather here in mid-July. I mean, you know, it's always iffy, you know, this time of year with the humidity and all, but you could not ask for better weather. And, man, the fans have come out in droves to support their teams. And, of course, we appreciate everyone who couldn't make it out here to Fort Dodge watching back home.
That was tipped off to one of those watch parties happening at Cabaret in Ankeny. So hopefully the folks there are enjoying the ball game so far. Of course, why not? Jaguars up by 2. Centennial fans. It's a fly ball down the right field line. Drefke's got a chance. Doesn't get there. Leaving things up at 2-2. Yeah, if you're not here tomorrow, I think there's going to be some words that have to be said because tomorrow looks good weather-wise. And of course, if the Jaguars make the title game, gotta be out here and support the team and hopefully get Ankeny Centennial that first state softball championship.
Well, and that's what makes this matchup really unique in that both teams are searching for their first state title, and so you know that that really your eyes get a little bit bigger once you know that that's on the line. As a very nice scoop catch is made by Maddie Ott out there in left field. What a grab by her.
Takes away the hit from Aubrey Bacon, who was trying to get something started. Hit the ball well. Maddie Ott's having a great day out there in left. Not just in the field as she signals to the infield how nice of a catch that was. She's had some great plays out there in left. Had the catch on the sac fly to at least get the out on that ball up against the wall. And then, of course, not a bad day at the dish with the 3-run home run in inning number 1. Kendall Woods bats here for Southeast Polk. And watches ball 1 go by to even the count.
Oh, and this is someone that, again, was very big in the quarterfinals and hoping that her bat can wake up for the Rams.
Yeah, especially what a pitch there by Gustafson. Worked it back to the outside corner. Backdoors Kendall Woods. Yeah, when you have someone that could produce like Kendall did at the bottom of the order, you want that to continue, but unfortunately for her, fortunately for Centennial, the Lauren Gustafson has struck her out for the second time today. It's outnumbered 2. Kennedy Baroud bats after the 4th strikeout of a batter here by Gustafson today. Baroud's one of the 2 walks recorded by Gustafson. Spikes one through the left side, and a base hit for Baroud. She's reached base twice. And Southeast Polk has some 2-out life in the 4th, down 2 runs.
Just not wasting any time. I think we've seen both teams second time around in the order. You know, once they've seen the pitcher for the first time, they know kind of how they're going to start with the at-bat, and with that fastball there, just able to take it out to left field.
Strike called here to Jordan Lang, right fielder for Southeast Polk. Trying to come up with a big 2-out knock, keep the inning going. Just couldn't quite get back to that outside corner with the lateral moving breaking ball. Counts even here to Lang. That's outside as well. Not quite there on the outside corner. So I think Centennial's got to have the mindset that 3 runs might not be enough here today. If it is, great. Of course, you want to keep the Rams at bay as long as possible and maybe tack on another couple here in the next few innings.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the amount of powerful bats in this lineup for the Rams. I mean, really no lead is safe because they can just quickly change the complexion of the game with one swing of the bat. So Centennial knows that no lead against this Rams team is comfortable.
And especially depending on how this at-bat goes, could have the top or second or third spot coming up in the next inning. And if they lead off an inning, good things will happen. Nice job fighting one off by Lang to keep the count full. Winner will get either Muscatine or Pleasant Valley. Contest will be played right after this one here on Kruger Field. A ground ball back to Gustafson. She flips it on to Kennedy. And the 2-out hit is left on the bases here for Southeast Polk. Just 3 hits surrendered by Lauren Gustafson halfway through this ball game. Bottom of the 4th, Centennial up 2 on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
2-run Centennial lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And Boyle swings at the first pitch. This is playable, and it's caught. Addison Bruner at first base fields the position well over toward that Ram dugout. And a quick first out of the 4th inning. We've had a lot of first pitch swings here by both teams today. Trying to be aggressive, and I think Hunter, the philosophy is a lot of pitchers try and pick one off with a first pitch. And as a hittable pitch as Addie Starr lines the first pitch up the middle for a base hit. But you think as a hitter, you might not get a better chance to hit than the first pitch you see him at bat.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's clearly outside away from the zone. I mean, both of these coaches have said that, we want our players to have the confidence and play really free. And that's what they've done. And there's a courtesy runner coming in for Addie Starr, who just their second single on the morning. So very good piece of hitting, just right up the middle. And again, that was just up up in the zone just enough for her to be able to really hit that one solidly out the center.
Malin Vallejo is our IMT Insurance pinch runner. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Gustafson takes ball one. Start her at bat. She's not quite as aggressive at the plate. Maybe Jada Long doesn't want to give them a hittable pitch right off the get-go. That one's outside, but now she's missed twice. You got Malin Vallejo at first base here for Centennial. 9 stolen bases in 11 attempts this year. She scored 25 runs on the base paths, being an integral part of Centennial's offense. And now Gustafson's ahead 3-0. The last thing you want is to put 2 runners on with the top of the order on deck. Big 3-0. And Long gets it at the knees. Throw behind Vallejo. She just dives in safely to the first base bag. Vallejo had been bluffing going to first, getting big leads after the pitch, and Sydney Potter trying to make sure she didn't get too far off. That one's fouled straight back.
Well, you just saw how quickly she was able to swing that ball over to first. You know, Potter and Bruner really have a very good connection, and, you know, they give, you know, one another the nod to say, hey, you know, maybe now's the time to be able to keep the runner honest.
Full count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. They do not have to throw down to first. First base was occupied, and Vallejo takes second on the drop at the catching position by Potter, but it is a strikeout. Gustafson, big second out. After starting Gustafson off 3-0, Jada Long, fought back in the count and struck her out. Now there's 2 gone for James, but a runner in scoring position and a ball outside. James had a 2-out base hit in inning number 2, trying to keep that inning going, but Peyton Trefke flew out to end that second. James, fly ball, right field. Lang goes back on it. She has room and makes the catch in deep right center for out number 3. 1-out base runner stuck on the bases. We'll go to the top of the 5th at 2.5 consecutive scoreless innings. 3-1 Centennial. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu, and you too can become forever Dutch. As a Dutchman myself from Northwest Iowa, come join us. It's fun to be Dutch. Jada Long takes strike 1. Started off the 5th inning. It's a fly ball foul. Counts 0-2. Of course, we're a different breed of Dutch up there, Northwest Iowa. You know, the Pella folks are great, and just we're cut from the same cloth, but just a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. Trying to lead off the 5th here with a big base runner. 2-2. And that's a fly ball. Hit well to right, and it hangs up for Trefke to make the catch. It's play by Peyton Trefke for out number 1. That'll be the left fielder, Libby Hartz. Hartz base hit in inning number 3. She got all the way around to 3rd, but could not come in and score. That's the only base runner to get stranded at 3rd for Southeast Polk today. Of their 5 base runners, 3 have been left in scoring position. Hartz, the slap hitter, fouls one off.
And that's the big number right now. I mean, 5 runners left on base. So Southeast Polk has had a good amount of opportunities. I mean, especially there in that 3rd inning. But, give credit to Gustafson for being able to work out of jams and just relying on her defense to be able to come up with the plays necessary to be able to get out of jams.
Yeah, sure. It's nice to be a pitcher where you can strike out 16 batters or whatever and not have to see a ball in play, but that's just not realistic most of the time, and you need to have that trust in your defense. But Gustafson takes care of Hartz herself. It's a strikeout. Libby Hartz, 2nd time she's retired Hartz via the punch out, 5th strikeout of this outing for Gustafson. Now it'll be the big power bat for Southeast Polk in Sydney Potter. She got to hold one out to left in the 1st inning, but it hung up long enough for Maddie Ott to make a play. Then she was intentionally walked in the 3rd, and Gustafson just misses. Start the at-bat.
Well, the job that Lauren Gustafson has done with especially the 1 and 2 hitters on the top of the lineup for Southeast Polk, I think has really been a key to the success so far. As when Potter's been up to the plate just once as she had a runner on. And so, I mean, that's just credit to Lauren Gustafson being able to work around 2 really tough hitters at the top.
That gets out of play. Into the main hub area in between both diamonds. You got the food trucks and you got the merchandise area. You got the concession stand. Barbecue joint there too. There's some real good stuff in between the diamonds. Potter takes ball 3.
Well, it is noon, so we are.
That's right.
We are approaching lunch, so
that's right.
I think we got our plans set after we're all done here for this semifinal.
Yeah, that's that barbecue truck though. And when they get going cooking there, I think they got some pork chop sandwiches. There's Potter, base hit. It can really torture you when you're watching a game. You got to work it, and you're thinking about lunch too. But Sydney Potter, she's not ready for this game to be done. She's not ready to have lunch yet. She's got a base hit with 2 gone. Now Addie Bruner's going to bat as we take a look at that hit.
Yeah, the only lunch there was just eating up that fastball there right in the outer half. And even though she was down 0-2 in the count, still able to work that way out to the outfield. And Jaden Woods for the 2nd time and as a courtesy runner for Sydney Potter. So a little speed on the base paths. And now this is a big at-bat here. Addie Bruner, she, of course, reached on an error in the 2nd. That's where Southeast Polk's lone run came from her after that sacrifice fly by Aubrey Bacon. But Bruner really needs to collect something here.
Here's a line drive into center. That's a base hit. She does keep the inning going. Southeast Polk's got a pair of base runners with 2 outs. One of them is the aforementioned Jaden Woods, who was an IMT insurance substitution and a courtesy runner. And now Jesselyn Stairs comes up with 2 gone. And, of course, Southeast Polk fans hoping she can have another big at-bat like she had against Valley on Monday.
She has a very good eye at the plate, and we saw the last time up, Daniel, that Lauren Gustafson attacked the outside part.
Here's a base hit to right. Woods gets a stop sign at 3rd from Coach Stiles, and potentially a good decision there as the throw from right was all the way through to the catcher. Would have been a tough play. The bases are loaded, and now 3 straight 2-out hits bring up the 3rd baseman, Aubrey Bacon. Pulled it through the right side of the infield. Look at that throw from right. It was up the line just a little bit, but with how quick it came in, I think Jaden Woods would not have stood a chance. Wise choice by the head coach of the Rams to hold the courtesy runner. Tia Stiles, the head coach over there, directing traffic. Now the bases are loaded for Aubrey Bacon. 3 hits in an inning. The Rams had 3 hits all game before this inning. Bacon takes low.
Gustafson was in a groove here to start. Got the quick first out.
Stone's starting to get a little more critique by both teams. You heard Southeast Polk fans disagree with strike one. Centennial fans disagree with ball two. And Bacon swings through a riser to even the count. It's now 2-2. The bases are full of Rams. 3 2-out hits. Down 2 in the top of the 5th. And Aubrey Bacon, chance to get it done. It's fouled back. As mentioned earlier, Bacon had the sac fly in inning number 2, the only run produced off of the bat of a Ram so far, and she's got a chance to keep that trend true. Driving in runs here. Fly ball, that's playable, right side of the infield. It's the second baseman, Cora Boyle, who puts it away and squashes the 2-out bases loaded threat without a run allowed. 3 hits and 3 tough runners left for Southeast Polk. Will go to the bottom of the 5th. Centennial's going to send 2, 3, and 4 up. And we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Look at Harlan and Hazel Rogers softball complex, where the intensity has ramped up a little bit. Alongside Hunter Phillips, Daniel Versteg with you as Centennial starts things off with Peyton Drefke looking at strike one. The Rams threaten, left the bases loaded in the top of the 5th. Didn't score, and now Drefke floats one out to center. Kendall Woods hardly had to move and puts it away for the first out. I don't think you could ask for an easier fly ball to center than that one to Kendall Woods.
Going back to the bases loaded, I mean, it was just that 2-out rally started by Sydney Potter and just been a backbreaker there. As that's now 8 runners left on base for the Rams here today. But still a little time to work with, and you're hoping that Jada Long can continue to hold serve here with it still being a 2-run ball game.
Yeah, outside of the 3-run inning, man, Long has looked good. Starts Sydney Morris off with a strike, and now the foul. Quickly puts it in Long's favor at 0-2.
Again, those 3 runs are not earned.
No. Yeah, it came with 2 outs after an error previously recorded. 0-2. Oh, and she goes up to get it. Fly ball to right center. Hangs up for Jordan Lang to make the catch for out number 2. Now Jordan Kennedy, the first baseman, and the big bat, who's doubled once and was intentionally walked, will come up to bat.
11 times Ankeny Centennial has either lined out or flown out here, so that's been Jada Long's recipe, is just getting these batters to lift it up.
Strike. See, she's had that good rise ball. That's what Sydney Morris hit to right. And yeah, if you are lucky enough to make contact on a rising pitch, all you're going to do is hit a pop-up somewhere. There's a deep drive. Center field. Kendall Woods going back to the fence. She leaps up, and it gets out of here. Jordan Kennedy got it deep enough to leave the yard in center for her 11th home run of the year. Centennial's up 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Of course, if you're Jordan Kennedy, Hunter, you can take those risers out to center and end up with a Kruger Seeds extra base hit.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible hitting, and she makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell off the bat that this was just going to continue to carry. Woods trying to make the play, but just over the wall, and that's now 2 home runs hit by Ankeny Centennial.
And it's the first earned run to any pitcher in this contest. It's Tia Stiles. She's been at this for a quarter of a century. Will go out to talk with her infield and try and calm down her starting pitcher, Jada Long. But you knew it was only a matter of time before Jordan Kennedy would start getting pitches to hit and get a hold of one. That was why Kennedy was walked in the first inning. That's why you sometimes, even with nobody on and 2 outs, you even consider intentionally walking her in those scenarios too. Ott takes a look at ball 1.
So that's the risk reward, though, of going with that rise ball strategy, and that if you're hoping that players can't time it right, but when you have someone like Jordan Kennedy who just can turn on pitches so quickly and has such great vision at the plate, I mean, that could be the difference there between, like we talked about, a routine pop-up or a long ball there to straight center.
And just a reminder, folks, Kennedy is only a freshman. We've got 3 more years of those long balls here in Fort Dodge. I have a feeling she's going to become a familiar name here in this town specifically. But, of course, around the Des Moines Metro, she is going to terrorize pitchers. Long quickly falls behind. 3-1 here to Ott. And, of course, we can't forget about Maddie Ott, who's also a freshman. Going to have a murderer's row here in the next few seasons. And Ott walks on 5 pitches, so Ott follows the home run with a base on balls. And now Mariah Belzer will try and hit it somewhere other than second base and keep the inning going for Ankeny Centennial. Southeast Polk now down 3 once again. It's Long missed high with a riser. They were down 3-0 right away in that first inning. Answered with a run in the second. And need some more here in the 6th and 7th. That one's crushed. Right center field and deep. Lang goes back. That one's up against the wall. It'll be an extra base hit. And rounding third, coming to the plate is Ott. The relay from second is not in time, and the catcher Potter missed the tag, much to the dismay of her. Tia Stiles is the head coach of Southeast Polk. She's out of the dugout. But it is a Kruger Seeds extra base hit for Mariah Belzer that scores a run and put the Jaguars up 5-1.
Well, and you looked at Coach Delaney as Maddie Ott was rounding third, and he had, the stop sign there, but she went anyway, and, we had really the best look of it right in front of us, and just her arm got right on top of the glove of Sydney Potter, and here's a good look of it right here.
Yeah, she came around with that right side, pulled the left arm back, and Sydney Potter's going to disagree maybe because the throw beat her there. It was a great relay from right. Jesslyn Stairs made a good throw to the plate, but the tag just missed on the swipe. Now runners at third, and Centennial's threatening to score more after a big double by Belzer. Drives in Ott. That followed a home run by Jordan Kennedy. All of these runs have come with 2 out. All 5 runs for Centennial have come with 2 outs in an inning. 3 of them probably shouldn't have happened. Pitch is low. Evens the count to Cora Boyle.
And that's what it's come down to, is just the 2-out situational hitting from both teams. Southeast Polk, unfortunately, hasn't taken advantage of opportunities, while Ankeny Centennial has.
1-1, and Boyle pops it up on the infield. Aubrey Bacon called it off. She wanted it. She lets it drop in fair territory, and now everybody will be safe as Belzer scores on the misplay on the infield. A tough break. Bacon called off long, and some miscommunication allows the ball to drop and Belzer to score. Obviously, hindsight could be 20/20 here, but that was a potential opportunity to let the ball spin and roll foul, but that takes a very quick decision to be made. And a great heads-up base running by Cora Boyle, who gets to second on that. I'm going to say error, of course, on Aubrey Bacon. And that'll be an unearned run here for Jada Long. The damage has been done, 6-1 Centennial here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And it all started with that home run from Jordan Kennedy.
She didn't need base runners on. She just sparked it. Team behind her followed up. And now Starr takes low. They'll throw behind the runner. And Boyle's back in standing. She made that really close. That was a great throw by Potter. Just not quite in time. Cora Boyle on via the fielding error. Long's pitch. This one's straight back. This is the 7th hitter of the Centennial 5th in an inning that cannot get over soon enough here for Southeast Polk. Entered this 5th down 2. They will leave it at least down 5. And with only 2 innings to play with. It's foul back. 2 strikes here to Addie Starr, who's got a pair of hits for Centennial. They have been isolated events. Have not been able to produce any runs. Long's 1-2, and that one's lined to right center. That ball's dropping past the diving center fielder. It will score Boyle, and Starr's into second with another extra base hit. The 3rd Kruger Seeds extra base hit of the inning for Centennial, and they've put up 4 here in the bottom of the 5th.
It really just goes to show how deep the Centennial lineup is. I mean, Addie Starr with 2 hits, and got to give a lot of credit to Kendall Woods with great effort out there trying to dive out to make the highlight reel catch. But, boy, the Jaguars, once they get going, they are tough to stop.
That's a downright scary offense. 7 runs. 2 of them earned, all 7 with 2 outs in an inning. And this one's crushed to right. That ball's way back to the wall. And Starr will score, and Gustafson's into second. How about 4 extra base hits in the bottom of the 5th for Centennial? They've scored 5. It's 8-1 Jaguars.
And all with 2 outs.
My goodness. Never seen an offense produce like the Jaguars have with 2 outs as we see this double go the other way and sail over the head of Jordan Lang. Yeah, I'd wave my arm around too if I was a Centennial fan enjoying this ball game. Going to get an IMT insurance substitution. Addie Pollock is in at second base to run for the pitcher. It's a courtesy runner. Of course, learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. And, of course, these 4 extra base hits have all been brought to you by Kruger Seeds, the local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. This is the 9th hitter of the inning here for Centennial. Depending on how you define the term batting around, Centennial has sent 9 to the plate, and of course, you can say 9's batting around. You can say 10's batting around. However you want to say it, I'll say it's batting around here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5 runs, 4 extra base hits. This is a fly ball. Could be trouble. Shallow right, it drops. And another run will score in Addie Pollock. It's the 5th hit of the inning. And Centennial has scored 6 in inning number 5. Just hit them where they ain't. That's the old adage. Nobody out there in shallow right, and this inning has gotten away from Jada Long and the Southeast Polk Rams.
Just unraveling where just one thing after another has not gone their way, but Ankeny Centennial's credit, you put the ball in play, and even a bloop single like that will certainly work. And Now for the second time here this inning, Drefke is up to the plate.
She watches ball 2 go by. Yeah, it's been a lot of power swinging in this inning before that hit. But a low loop single gets the job done just as much as 3 doubles and a home run. Here's a fly ball. That one's shallow center. Kendall Woods comes in. That ball's going to drop as well. And staying at third is James. Going to second base is Drefke. She beats out a little bloop double to center field. Second and third still for the Jaguars, and that runner is important. It's another Kruger Seeds extra base hit, the 5th extra base hit of the inning. That run is important. If that run comes in to score, this ball game's over as we take a look at that blooper to center. Bounced and just rolled past Kendall Woods as she couldn't get there in time to make the catch. Sydney Morris comes up. The winning run to send the Jaguars to the title game is at second base. And pitches in the dirt.
Boy, who would have thought? You know, I mean, this was a 3-1 ball game. And it just goes to show how things can change ever so quickly.
Line drive right center. That rolls to the wall. And that's going to win the ball game for the Jaguars. They score 8 in the 5th. And they run rule Southeast Polk on their way to their second state championship game in program history. What a 6th inning. 8 runs come in to score. Ankeny Centennial will have a chance at their first state championship coming up tomorrow in their second title game appearance in 3 years. The inning that would not end, did not end, featured 7 hits. 5 of them went for extra bases. And only 2 of those runs in the 5th inning will go down as earned. We'll go now to the post-game trophy presentation. What a ball game it was, Hunter, and it just goes to show again, take advantage of opportunities. You could have the argument that a little infield pop-up shouldn't have sent us to the 6th, but it continues, and Centennial made Southeast Polk pay.
Yeah, Southeast Polk just really couldn't get the big hit when they needed to. I mean, 8 runners left on base, and Jada Long was trying to work within this really tough Centennial lineup, but just an impressive display of hitting. I mean, the amount of extra base hits that this team was able to put together there in that 5th inning. Tell you what, if you're, the other 5A teams looking on, you see what they're able to do and the amount of young talent that they have. This team is just really, really fun, and no doubt they're going to go into the championship with a lot of confidence.
I have a feeling, Hunter, we're watching the start of a 5A dynasty here this year with the amount of freshmen, like you talk about, underclassmen. The Centennial team, of course, they're the newer of the high schools in Ankeny, only been around for about a decade or so, and now have a chance to play for their first state championship game coming up tomorrow against the winner of Muscatine and Pleasant Valley. So, 5A has its first championship game participant. Southeast Polk will have a chance to play for 3rd place against the loser of that Muscatine and Pleasant Valley ballgame. That is coming up right here at 1 o'clock on Kruger Seeds Field. We'll have it for you here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Until then, speaking now for Justin Wolber, producing the contest, Hunter Phillips, my color commentator, Daniel Versteg with you. Thanks so much for tuning into this 5A semifinal. Ankeny Centennial scores 8 in the 5th and run rules Southeast Polk in 5, 11-1. Muscatine, Pleasant Valley coming your way next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.